Hi everybody, welcome. It is time for another session of Sensational Science Camp with Ruff Ruffman. I hope you are in for an adventurous day. I hope you know about Ruff Ruffman and his friends Chet and Blossom. If you do, you know that they like to experiment. They like to try things. And you know what? Sometimes those things work really well. Sometimes they don't work so well at all. But that is what we call engineering. Engineering is the kind of thinking that we do when we do some steps that help us solve a problem. Here's what engineers do every single day. First off, they figure out what their problem is. Our problem today will involve a teddy bear and all these things you see in front of me. I bet you're wondering already about what that problem might be. And then engineers imagine and they plan. Sometimes they write their steps down. Sometimes they have to hunt for things, but they do imagine and they do plan. And then here's something I know all of you like to do. They become makers. They create. They build things, they construct things, they mix things, they assemble things. We're going to do that today. And then engineers have to test their work. They have to know if their work did the job they meant for it to do. So you might need to even make a list of questions to ask. And finally, once you get the answers to your questions, engineers love to make their work better. They improve it. And every time they improve, they solve a new problem. Are you ready? I hope so. So today, we are going to work with something called materials. Now you can look at all these things that I put in front of me. I have foam, I have plastic, I have foil, I have a dust cloth, I have a mailing sack, I have a stretchy band, I have foil, I have an egg carton, you can see a sponge, I have parchment paper, so many things. I even have materials on me. I have a sweater and shoes, pants. All of those things are made of materials. So, can you guess what materials are? Materials are things that are all around us. Everything around us is made of materials, and materials have different properties. That's another great science word, properties. All right, so let's think of some property words that I bet you already know. Properties they might be hard, they could be soft, they could be rough, they could be slippery, they could be flexible, they could be crinkly, they might be stretchy, they might be reflective, they might be shiny, they might be dull. There's lots of other words that you could use too. And so if you look at all these things in front of me, you can begin to think about, well, here's something that's reflective and shiny. Here's something that's crinkly, right? Here's something that's dull but stretchy. So maybe materials have more than one property. Today, your opportunity is to think about materials, and you're going to need a helper today. You might have a stuffed animal. Maybe you have a younger brother or sister. Maybe an older brother or sister with you. Maybe you have a grown-up in your house that could help you today. But while you're thinking about that, we are going to invite you to watch a video called A Dry Pet is a Happy Pet. Next, you could play this game called Dress the Rhino. I bet a lot of you don't have rhinos as a pet. Ruff Ruffman does. And you'll have fun seeing what he does to dress his friend, the rhino, up. Okay, so you can see the chart that I made. I used a big piece of paper, but you don't have to do that. I've made columns that say yes or no. That's how I'm going to test. And then I made some other criteria or items that I want to test. I want to test wind. I want to test heat or sun. I want to test water. I want to test whether or not something will protect my teddy bear from bumps or force. Now, I've collected all these things from my house. You Go for a walk around your house and discover what you can use. Once you do that, here's your opportunity. Let me hang this back up. First, think about how would you protect your teddy bear from wind? What might you use? Build something, make something, create something that will protect your teddy bear from wind. When you get that done, then I bet some of you have a hairdryer at home or a fan. Try it, see what happens. Can you protect your teddy bear, or maybe your brother or sister, or your mom or dad, or your granny, with the materials that you've used to create something for them? Yes or no? And if your answer is no, what do you have to do to make it better? Next, the heat or the sun. Which of these could I use to protect my teddy bear from heat or sun? Now, to test that, I could turn the hairdryer on super hot, right? Or maybe I shine a couple flashlights. Yes or no? And if the answer is no, how do you make it better? Next, water. You already know what to do. I suggest you don't dump water on your brother or sister or your teddy bear. We used a squirt bottle just to test it. You'll be able to do that too. And finally, I bet you have some Nerf balls. I found some Nerf bowling pins. Try tossing those after you make a safe covering for your teddy bear or your brother or sister or your granny. Yes or no? When you've done all that, you will have explored properties of materials. What a great job. Thanks for joining us today. Have fun.